card because they ended up getting that chicken dinner. So congratulations.
And one thing you mentioned, actually, when we were watching that, and you were very aggressive about it. I remember hearing you say, Cloud9, why are they third-partying wildcard again? Doing it time and time again, as you saw there at the very end. And one thing I wanted to say, by the way, about the grenade usage was that we saw them using so many grenades to get kills. The only way they're able to possibly continue to do that is they're picking up more grenades off the people they're killing. So to have that kind of steamroll thing happen where they can constantly pick it up more and more utility use was phenomenal. We're going to take now a look at the overall settings, I believe, to see where the teams have settled out across the board. And this is the final game. That was it. We're done with the opening weekend. Wildcard Gaming taking the #1 seed. Konina Power coming in with second. Loops with third. And to start off with you, Seven, this is something you talked about, Konina Power, Loops. Like two of these teams you were looking at to really butt heads when it comes into the league play.
Oh, definitely. Konina Power was one of the first teams that caught my attention, especially because they were first coming out of Europe from that tournament that we had there. Even though they started very slow, usually with teams that are first, you know they are first for a reason. You know they are able to bounce back, and guess what? They came back and showed that. Another team that I also want to go ahead and mention is Futbolis. Futbolis have been consistent as well. Same with Alpha Legends. These teams, even though they're currently not sitting within the top 3, they had just been very consistent and are at least able to go ahead and secure some spots. If they're able to go ahead and bring this consistency into league play, guess what? As long as they get into the top 16, they're going to be able to go towards where they want to be, which is the Super Weekend. So teams that are currently outside of the top 16, like Swag69, Jala Esports, UDR Killers, and KHK, hopefully they can go ahead and take the experience that they got here from the opening weekend into the upcoming league play. And ultimately, if they can qualify there to the Super Weekend, that'll be even perfect.
I also want to give a shout out to Team Umbra. This team was, what, 20th when we started off the day, Glitter? Now they're in 11th place. They've definitely stepped up when it mattered. My question is to you, is this the initial signs of them? Is this a team that's going to continue to grow as we get through into this tournament?
You know, I hope so. That was one of the teams that I wanted to point out on those overall standings as well, because that's a significant jump from not only in the standings, but literally from their gameplay in day 1 to today. They have clearly figured something out that's working for them, so I'm hoping that they can continue that momentum going into league play this week.
Well, I do want to say one last thing before we head off for our opening weekend to be done and get into league play starting in 2 days, is that obviously you haven't seen the groups just yet, but what you can do, head over to Esports PUBG Mobile over on that Twitter account, and you'll be able to see when the groups will be released, and you'll be able to see where your favorites are going to be lying. I'm really curious to see how these top teams are going to be matched up against each other, because that's going to be really important as we progress throughout these next days. Also, if you guys have some friends and you want to participate here and maybe get your chance to play in the fall split, maybe have Glitter to predict you to take yourself a chicken dinner, you can still sign up. Today is the final day. We have over 60,000 teams signed up at the moment, but that doesn't mean you don't have a chance to get in there and get into the money. Make sure you guys do just that. And lastly, big shout out to Seven, big shout out to Glitter as well for joining me here on our virtual reality desk, as well as Hot Jukes and Mustache Dave, because they were a big part of today. We'll be bringing in 2 more casters coming into next week. I'm sure you already know who it's going to be, and we're going to see them in a few days' time. Thank you again all for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Tuesday at 11 a.m. PDT for some PUBG Mobile World League action.